ahead, half the country could feel tropical threats. Still ahead tonight, everything you want to know about Hanna, Ike, and Josephine.
Dangerous waves are just one of the impacts from Hanna. Coming up, details on where you could see beach erosion, power outages, heavy rain, and flooding.
And the Northeast is not in the clear from the mid-Atlantic to the coast of Maine. We show you who's in and who's out.
And good evening, everyone, from Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. We're actually on the south side of Hatteras Village here tonight as we continue to watch some pretty active weather with Hanna. But so far, just a beautiful day and kind of surprising, believe it or not, how dry the air feels. This just doesn't seem like a tropical air mass in through here. And there's been discussions all day long about how Hanna is getting choked a little bit because of the dry air. The later we get in the year, this will become more prevalent, especially here in the mid-latitudes. But there will be impacts, and those impacts will start tomorrow and then will linger right through the weekend as we head up the eastern seaboard with hopefully some beneficial rain as well as some adverse impacts with surge and overwash here on the Outer Banks. Let's talk about the latest on this thing as it's a strong tropical storm with winds of 65 miles an hour. It continues to move northwest at 14 miles an hour over 500 miles south of Wilmington, North Carolina at the present time. Now, as our storm moves north tomorrow, we will see some of these bands begin to filter in, so there is a chance for some severe thunderstorms, really from the Piedmont of North Carolina out through the Outer Banks. This does not look like a prolific tornado producer, and boy, we need a break from that because Faye and Gustav have been pretty decent, if you will, in the tornado production. But certainly that risk will be with us tomorrow in these areas, so we need to keep an eye on that. Let's check out the timeline, though, as we watch this thing, as I mentioned, move up the eastern seaboard. Looks like the bulk of the rain on Saturday will basically be from North Carolina up through the Virginia Tidewater, across New Jersey into New York City. So really the megalopolis will deal with the bulk of their rain. And believe it or not, some of Gustav's leftover moisture will actually get squeezed east by this front and eventually head on out. Amazing. Saturday night we'll deal with the bulk of the rain into New England. Friday, just frontal rains and leftovers as this thing will quickly be out of the picture in through here. So guys, we're looking good. The big concerns here are certainly loss of power with winds that could gust to hurricane force and overwash. There will be overwash. And it's going to be up toward Rodanthe. It will be up toward Buxton. It will be up toward Kill Devil Hills. Those are the areas very prone to overwash. And if it happens at the time of high tide, there's going to be some of these roads that will be underwater and impassable. Well, let's go to Mike Seidel right now in Wrightsville Beach. And Mike, I was wondering if the Convention and Visitors Bureau is as happy to see you as they are me tonight.
They were happy that you did not show up, Jim. Trust me on that one.
Oh,
they were shaking my hand last night.
All right.
I got the key to the city. I got dinner delivered to the hotel. Well, anyway, we won't go any farther, but they're taking this as a low-key event. I mean, they're ready for it. They haven't really prepared much. Haven't seen any boarding up. Some people pulled their boats out today or moored them down a little more securely, but they're just kind of watching and waiting. They're actually talking more about Ike. They're wanting the track of Ike. They're not really overly concerned about Hanna. Let's show you what they were doing today. Talk about no concern. Another day here in paradise out on the beach. Get this, water temperature 84, air temperature 86, 87, a nice breeze. Surfers loving these tasty waves. And you guys out there and gals who surf are going to love it even more on Saturday once the storm goes by and we have that offshore flow and we get those waves cleaned up. But the umbrellas are up, a lot of people on the beach. You know, remember it is past Labor Day, so this is not the peak of the season, but still a lot of people in town. Let's talk about the wave action. Now, I checked the buoy, Frying Pan Shoals, past hour. It's about 6 foot, and that's well south of Cape Fear out in the Atlantic. So the waves have not really come up. The swell hasn't propagated north. Out around Fernandina Beach, Jacksonville, we're seeing 9-footers, 8 to 9 footers. And up here in North Carolina, as Jim mentioned, we're getting 4 to 6 footers. And they're coming in. High tide, by the way, is coming up in a few hours, about 11:30 this evening. There's your high tide, then a low tide. Next high tide after that coming up a little afternoon time tomorrow at 12:06. But the high tide that we're concerned with here on the North Carolina coast will be the high tide around midnight and 1 a.m. tomorrow night, early Saturday morning, because that'll be about the time of the forecasted landfall and the current track and speed. And again, those south and east facing beaches will have a better chance of getting the surge. And you got the water rise plus the wave action on top of the water rise. And again, we're going to have some beach erosion, and there will be some areas, as Mr. Cantore mentioned, Jim, up there in the Outer Banks, where we will have some overwash. So Paul and Alex, we're going to watch it. But again, tonight, a lot of people here more concerned about Ike than Hanna.
And Mike, Jim said it doesn't feel tropical all up towards Hatteras. And how's it feeling there where you are in Wrightsville Beach?
Oh, it's a beautiful night. The dew point temperature measuring the moisture, is about 60, 62. So it's not October dry air, but it certainly is not that oppressive, steamy air we dealt with Gustav and Faye, where we had dew points in the 70s. It's nothing like that. It's just a lovely night. The breeze is starting to pick up, running at about 8 to 10 miles an hour from the east to northeast. As you'll see tomorrow as we continue our coverage, the winds will really pick up. Tomorrow night, Jim and I will be on the air live to show you what happens as this system makes landfall, we think, here in North Carolina.
All right, thank you very much. Mike Seidel live in Wrightsville Beach, pardon me, in North Carolina. Up next, Jim is going to answer your questions about Hanna and Ike.
And speaking of Hurricane Ike, here it is. Up next, we'll have a look at where this thing could be going and also what could be steering this and perhaps towards the U.S. as well.
And also the remnants of Gustav now making their way through Illinois and Michigan with 3 to 5 inches of rain.